Well, it's time for us to talk about the upcoming 2023 Women's World Championships right here on the NHL Network, presented by Bauer. Starts April the 5th, runs through the 16th. It's being played in Brampton, Ontario, just a suburb of Toronto. You can see the groups there, Team Canada, Team USA in Group A together, so they'll play it probably a couple times in this tournament. And to get a preview of what we have ahead of us, we want to bring in Renata Fast, who is a member of Team Canada. Renata, thank you so much for your time today. You're with your group preparing for the tournament, which begins next Wednesday. We will have it right here on the NHL Network, and it is presented here in the States by Bauer. I want to start there, just say, like, how important is it for women's hockey to have a sponsor like Bauer, who is such a big name in the hockey world?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, Bauer has been one of the major leaders in brand equity for our game for a long time, and they prioritize making sure that they push out the women's game as much as they can. I know that they have a really strong list of female ambassadors across North America, but also worldwide, who they bring us in on global campaigns. And it's just incredible to have an ally like Bauer, who obviously has such a huge market in women's hockey, and so many people look to them when they think of hockey. So to have a partner like that who is being a part of Women's World is huge for us. And I know they have a lot of activations planned around Women's World, so we're really excited for that, and also to have them as an ally.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, I think those are two really good words, partner and ally, which I think certainly in the women's game, as it continues to grow, I think that's really valuable. To have someone like Bauer kind of in your corner there, I think is terrific. So really glad to see them on board. Let me ask you about the preparation for this upcoming the Women's Worlds. You got your team there, Team Canada, Team USA. We expect that to be a battle again. What are you guys working on as you get ready?
Yeah, we've been in Niagara Falls together as a team, training and preparing. It's just so good to be back with our group. We get together periodically throughout the year, but obviously prepping for the World Championship is really exciting. Being in Brampton and being on Canadian home soil is obviously super special for all of us. We have a lot of players from the Toronto area, so there's going to be a lot of family and friends in the stands. And at the same time, I mean, this is the first time in a while that we've been able to have a World Championship at home. So we're looking forward. The game sold out very, very quick. As I mentioned before, there's supposed to be a ton of fan activation happening. So we're really looking forward to it, but the preparation has been going well.
That's really good to hear. And, you made your Canadian debut in 2015. And now it's, 8 years down the road since then. Well, how much has the game changed in your mind in that span?
Yeah, every single year the game gets faster. The girls that are coming up, they're more talented, they're more skilled. The speed of the game has just grown immensely. And even if you were to look at the last World Championship, Czechia, they got their first medal at a Women's World Championship. And they're actually a really fun team to watch. They had a ton of players who have gone the NCAA route, who have come over to the United States and done college hockey here. And I believe that that's a big reason that their nation has been so successful in the recent years. But the growth of the game has been incredible, and I truly believe that as we continue to grow, we get a professional league going, and more players are coming from all over the world to play in one spot. The game is just going to grow so much.
Yeah, what's your take on the state of the professional league for women's hockey? Because I know that's been something that's been much discussed over the last couple of years. It seems like we're moving in the right direction. Where do you see it? You're right there in the middle of things.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough point, and it's actually a really exciting time for women's sports, but in particular women's hockey. We're seeing more and more investors coming on board. They see the value in it. They want to be a part of the game. And that's really, really promising. There's obviously still a ton of work that needs to be done from a professional landscape of the game, but we're making great strides. There's been great momentum in the recent years. We talked about Bauer being the brand support that they've had, but there's also been a lot more brands that have come on board, and they've been loyal to women's hockey, and they're doing everything they can to make sure our game is growing and pushing and gaining the exposure that we need. So it's an exciting point for women's hockey, and it's going to be really big the next couple of years to see where we can get to.
Renata, we always, as we're younger, we look up to people and we hope to meet them and maybe try to be like them moving forward. I know for you, getting to meet Becky Keller and Cheryl Pounder, and Cheryl does an unbelievable job as an analyst on television now. So, I mean, she has really taken that from her playing days into the television business. She's been terrific. But when you met people like that, you met people like Becky, you met people like Cheryl, how much of an inspiration were they for you as you tried to move forward in your hockey career?
Yeah, they were huge. I attended their hockey camp as a young girl, and to be honest, from that moment, it was the first time I saw Olympic medals, first time I learned about women's hockey at the next level, and I was just so inspired by them, and they really started my journey to aspire to be in their shoes. And it's so fun to be in that role now, and I'm actually good friends with Cheryl, and she's been my mentor in other ways as well beyond hockey, but it's funny kind of coming full circle and now being in their shoes and being able to inspire that next generation, and just see how excited young girls get. We just did an autograph session today as a team, and to see the young girls from Niagara Falls coming and getting signatures, it's just really special, and it means a lot to us, and we know how important it is because so many people were role models in our lives as well.
Hey, you know, you mentioned the first time you see Olympic medals. You have a couple of those now, and you have a gold medal. You've been in 2 Olympics. What was that? When you look at that gold medal every once in a while and just kind of be amazed. Kind of, I would think at some point in time, it's still like a dream to go and play in the Olympics and then to win a gold medal.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes it doesn't even feel like it actually happened. It's pretty surreal, but the odd time I pull out my medals to bring them to an event that I do or to show them to some minor hockey players, and I'm like, wow, these are mine. Like this is pretty crazy. So yeah, it still doesn't feel all that real, even though I have them at home. But no, it's just so fun to be a part of this team, a part of this group, and we're looking forward to the World Championship.
All right, we got a couple more for you, and we dug into the archives a little bit, so we'll put you on the spot here a little bit. What was the more difficult team to make, the Canadian Olympic team or the cast of the Nutcracker as a Cannondale?
I'm gonna have to go with the cast of the Nutcracker. Look at Sarah and I here. Look at those outfits we're in.
Oh,
that
boy.
was pretty incredible. And to be honest, I think Sarah and I were more nervous to go on stage for the Nutcracker than we were for an Olympic final. We just got thrown on stage. We were like, what are we doing out here? There was like no direction, but it was a pretty cool experience. But we were more nervous for that, for sure.
All right. Well, hey, listen, you gave that's a tough question. So I respect that answer. I would probably be the same way. I don't be out there and what am I doing? All right, one more. In NHL 23, you were giving a 90 overall rating. That sounds high to me, but was that fair, do you think, or did you get slighted maybe?
You know what? I was pretty excited when I saw a 90. I will be honest, I had to check out some of the other players that are 90 to make sure, it fit on the men's game. But yeah, no, I was pretty excited with the 90. I'd take it. All
right. Well, listen, like I said, to me, that's a really good score. But, you women are very talented players. I mean, maybe a 94 would have been more appropriate. But if you're happy with it.
Maybe after this World Championship.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you're only moving up at this stage of the game.
Right.
So, listen, Renata, thank you so much for the time. We really, really appreciate it. Good luck in the upcoming Women's Worlds. We're going to have those games right here on the NHL Network, presented by Bauer. That starts on April the 5th. Thanks again, Renata. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.